Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a little chit chat, get ready with me, about my first year of college at the University of Michigan. If you're about to start your first year or you're already in it, you know it's a roller coaster of emotions. There is so much to adjust, and I mean so much. But hey, I survived, so I'm here to tell you about the struggles, the wins, and exactly how I did it. Okay, let's start off with the biggest shock of all, being on my own for the first time. In high school, you have your parents, they're cooking for you, they're telling you where you have to be, they're kind of managing your schedule, but in college, you are all on your own. Suddenly, I was in a new city, living in a dorm, and figuring out how to keep myself alive, basically. It sounds simple, but trust me, it's a lot harder when you're actually in it. And the first couple weeks were very overwhelming. There's a lot of freedom, and honestly it can be like too much, especially if you're used to like structure at home. Sometimes I would literally forget to eat because like I would be doing assignments, or I would just be like distracted, like scrolling on TikTok, and like no one was there to like kind of hold me accountable. And then of course there was like the homesickness, which honestly I wasn't expecting to feel. It didn't hit me at first, but after a few weeks I definitely started to miss my family, my own room, and like my dogs. And the biggest thing that helped me was just staying busy. Honestly, I called my mom a lot and she would like put the dogs on FaceTime for me. Luckily, I live pretty close. I only lived an hour and a half away from campus. So I did go home like a few weekends at first, but honestly, I think it made it worse. So I wouldn't recommend like going home a lot at first. I would just like stay at school and keep yourself busy. It just takes time. You need to like give it a few months. But honestly, you'll probably end up liking living on your own more than living with your parents. Now let's talk about workload and managing your academic and social life. Oh my gosh, the workload. I thought I knew what college was going to be like, but I was unprepared of not only the workload, but like outside responsibilities like clubs, all while managing like your social life and trying to take care of yourself. It's a lot. It was honestly just a constant battle of trying to stay on top of my schoolwork, have a social life and make friends, and just having time like to breathe for myself and like take care of myself, not only physically but like emotionally. Honestly, it's still a struggle. Like I still cram assignments in before I'm going out, or like stay up until 3 a.m. trying to study because like I have no time for anything else. I definitely struggled a lot, and I'm still struggling with it. I think it's something that doesn't really go away, but you have to learn how to deal with it. I quickly learned that staying organized is definitely key. So I've been using Google Calendar. It's been a lifesaver. I block out time for studying. I put in all my social activities. And there's also like task management on there too, which is really helpful. So yeah, just like planning out your week ahead of time to make sure like you are the most productive, because there's not a lot of time in college. And also like learning to say no to your friends. Like it's okay to say no to going out. Like school comes first, and like you can always hang out with them the next weekend. But if you have a big assignment coming up, it's probably best to like separate yourself, and like you can always hang out with them next weekend. So that's also something I struggle with because I have serious FOMO. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, it's normal. So make sure you ask for help. Like utilize your campus resources like therapists, reach out to your professors, to your friends, even people at home, because that will help a lot. Now let's talk about the whole finding your place thing. I had this image in my head that I would walk onto campus, instantly make all these friends, and everything would just click, but it didn't. The reality is you are surrounded by so many people, and it can be hard to stand out, find friends, and like kind of find your place at the beginning. At first I felt really lonely. I felt like I was just a number, like I was just a face in like a sea of people. But what I realized is you do not need to find your best friend right away. It's okay to take time to figure out where you fit in, and also you do not have to be best friends with your roommate. One thing to remember is the friend groups change so much, especially during rush. Like everything gets switched around, it literally does not matter. I had such a hard time making friends at first. Like I knew so many people on campus, I had so many like acquaintances, but like not actual real friends. I hopped around friend groups a little bit, and I really didn't find like my real group of friends until I rushed to sorority. I'm gonna have to do my eyeliner off camera, it's too hard. Okay, there we go, I did it. And here's the truth, it is okay to feel like you don't know where you belong at first. College is huge and unfamiliar. You need to give yourself grace. You are stepping into a new chapter of your life, and honestly, it takes time. You really just have to be outgoing and talk to as many people as you can. Be friendly, talk to people that you're sitting next to in class, and also definitely join clubs, not just like academic clubs, but like hobby clubs or like intramural sports. What I did is I joined a few business clubs, and then I also rushed a sorority. That's kind of how I made my friends. I also try to be outgoing as possible. If I knew someone in class that like I thought I'd be friends with, I would ask them to like go get coffee or study together, things like that. So yeah, my first year was definitely a mix of a lot of stress, chaos, but a lot of learning. Makeup is done. College is all about putting yourself out of your comfort zone and growing personally and academically, so don't be so hard on yourself. It takes time. If you like this video, please subscribe. I also have TikTok and Instagram. My handle is in the description. But thank you for watching. Bye.